Good morning, YouTube, or good evening, wherever part of the world you at, or good afternoon. So, I hope everybody is having a lovely Valentine's Day, starting out already. If not, I hope that it does get better for you. So, let's jump into it. I'm going to discuss about this situation here with Dwayne Wade's transgender son, um, who name was Zion, who now goes by Zaya. If you haven't noticed or been under a rock, Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union has been for months now talking about their 12-year-old son coming to them saying he wants to live in his truth. He wants to live life as a female. He wants to be identified as Zaya. A lot of criticism been going on with the family dynamics of how Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union has been approaching it. A lot of people are saying that they are basically allowing this child to ruin its life because of its age and making that kind of major decision. A lot of people are saying that they are supporting what they're doing, that it's remarkable. Here's my views on it. Uh, First and foremost, before I jump in, because I know I'm about to make some people mad with how I feel, but it is great and amazing for any parent, especially a father, to be supportive of anything they child do in this lifetime. We know that being a father is a very strong role. A lot of men do not embrace that role. A lot of men don't embrace that role because of what they got going on with their own vices, with their own demons. And again, I commend Dwayne Wade and any father out there that supports their child when it comes to any type of social issue. Problem I have with this whole situation is the fact of the matter is this young man being so young at 12 years old making a decision about how he wants to express his body, his social identity so quickly. And I'm going to break down to y'all why I say this. If you notice or not, when you're at the age of 11 through the ages of 14, as a man, young man, or a young woman, you're going through a major thing called puberty. Things in your body is changing. Your hormones are changing. Your thought process of how you see anything from the opposite sex to the same sex is also changing. So, yes, you starts to question things. At that age, you don't know what in the world you're interested in. I'm being real 100% when it comes to that line of word of your sexuality. You don't know what you're interested in. You really don't. There is a lot of fathers that I've talked to, and me on my own personal experience, that have had young men and women say at that age, I think I'm gay. I think I'm straight. I think maybe transgender. They're going through what they call that phase of finding and identifying who they are. I feel like that if this was something that his son had told him that he wanted to do, if it was me and it was my kid, I would have told him, "Thank you for being honest with me. Thank you for sitting down and telling me this. But you trying to wear women clothing, being identified as a woman, being a girl, right? You're not doing that right now. You're 12 years old. You're not prepared mentally for the scrutiny that's out there in the real world that you're about to get. Because I would have told my child, you're going through that. If you decide to go through this route here, you're about to go through a journey where you're about to be criticized, you're about to be outed, you're about to be oppressed a little bit because of the fact of the matter of your sexuality choices. All right. And you're going to be also looked at differently, very much different. And I don't think that you are mentally prepared for that. Now, when you get 16 and 17, we'll talk about it again then. But right now, while you're that young, you're not going out here and getting women, putting on women clothes, calling yourself a girl. You're not going up here putting the makeup on. You're not doing that. Because right now, if I allow you to do that, then I am setting not only yourself up for backlash that you're not prepared for, but I am also setting you up for failure to really find out what you truly and positively wants to be. And I think that is what everybody is not understanding because we're living in a society now, and people might not understand this, but we're living in a society where masculinity is starting to be more and more and more and more and more out of the picture. We are starting to see a society where people are pandering to the fact of masculinity is starting to become a bad thing. And this is why I say that we as men that are left out of the generation of masculinity have to break this down to our male children and children that look at us as male figures. And if you don't believe me, look at what's going on right now. Look at how Dwayne is celebrating his 12-year-old son. I'm not going to call him his daughter right now because I'm calling what he's born with. His 12-year-old son living in his truth, as they want to put a truth that he really don't know if it's really what he wants to do or not because he's 12 years old. When he's got another son out here who is playing basketball, following your footsteps as a legend, getting accepted to a major college, possibly going to go pro. This is where the world has come to. And a lot of people wants to, when you bring these subjects up, you got a lot of people in the LGBTQ plus community saying, oh my God, you're being sexist, you're being, racist against us because of our sexuality. No, we're not. We speaking facts. We're speaking straight facts. It's like the new norm now is masculinity is shifting. It's shifting to a place that you'll never dream of it shifting. It seems like now the only time masculinity is okay if unless it's in that community and it's in that community LGBTQ plus community, unless it's resulted into a female who is invoking it. And it's not a good look because we're not teaching our hetero young men on what masculinity really means. And this is what the problem to me it lies. It's getting to be ridiculous that we live in a society in 2020 where we have 12-year-olds, 11-year-olds, some as young as 10, coming to the parent talking about, I want to wear a dress now. I want to wear a set of pants now when I'm a girl. I wants to change my name to this name that I would that apparently that God didn't allow my parents to give me. It's getting to be out of control, guys. And we as a society need to quit embracing this nonsense. It says this famous quote in the Bible that when I was a child, I did childish things, but when I became a man, I put those childish things to the side. There's also a quote somewhere in the Bible too that talks about a child supposed to stay in the child's place. This is where we as a community has failed. We're not allowing our children to stay in a child's place. We are now letting our children dictate what the hell they want to do. And we as a society are allowing this mess to go on. And it is disturbing. This is why we got so much conflict right now going on in the world today. Do y'all know that a lot of these young kids that come out this early like this, a lot of them grow up to have a lot of mental distress because they were not guided the wrong way? Do you know that even that when you break this down to a child about living in your truth, y'all love to say, y'all folks out here that say, oh, you need to live in your truth. Do y'all know that when you tell a child that young that, did you also mention to them that before they change their whole body to be that opposite sex, that they got to basically be mentally prepared to know that they can never reverse it? Y'all don't talk to these kids like that. And it makes me upset to see that a lot of these parents out here are are using that this whole, what I'm saying, LGBTQ plus thing on children this young as a tactic to basically, I don't know, as a how can I put this, a publicity thing. You go into these platforms and shows talking about your son's truth. It couldn't be me. Don't ask me about my 12-year-old child because he don't even know what the hell he wants to do. In fact, I wouldn't even bring it up. This is where I feel like, again, masculinity has now once again dissolved. With my household, I would look my woman straight in the face and say, listen, this is a family matter. And with being a family matter, I no way in hell am I going to exploit my son all over the news thing talking about he wants to be transgender. In fact, I'm not even bringing that up until he is of age. Now, when he's of age, when he has told me and sought me down at 16, 17, or even 18 in some of these old school cases, that this is how he wants to go forward, then that's when I'm rocking it out and I'm going to be with them every step of the way. So that's my take on the whole thing about Dwyane Wade and his family dynamic of putting it out there about his 12-year-old wants to live in his truth. I feel like that some things as a parent is left better revisited when a child is more mature, more older, and more complex to understand what they're getting into. And in this one right here, I just don't agree. I know we can agree to disagree. If you don't like what I said, you ain't got to. You can unsubscribe from me. You can leave your comments of what you say. But this is how I feel as a parent, not because I'm a male, but as a parent, as a father. That this is one of those things I would not have been promoting or embracing with my 12-year-old. I would have left that be a private matter, a matter where my son and my wife and me would revisit together as a team when he is older. You want to get your nails done like a girl? All right, fine. That's okay. But the whole dressing up, changing your whole dynamic, wearing dresses, changing your name to a female name and wearing female clothing. No, you're not doing that at 12 and 13, 14, 15, 16. Talk about it, maybe. 17, yeah, you grown. We're almost grown. That's fine. But this whole fucking under the age of 16 doing that mess, I just can't, man. I just can't. I can't rock with it. Just ain't me. Call me old fashioned. Call me homophobic, which I'm not, because like I said, I respect all of the LGBTQ plus community, but children that young, that's just too much. So if y'all like my content, man, follow me on Twitter, J News and Views at J News and Views. Be on the description below. Also, follow me on here on YouTube. Like my video, man, please. That gives me an algorithm for this kind of content that y'all guys can see that's authentic, that comes to the place to you. Please don't forget, when I reach 1,000 subscribers, one of you guys that subscribe to me will get a surprise gift card, probably a $10 or $20 gift card. One way or the other, it's going to be one that I'm going to make sure that you get. So please stay subscribed, share my broadcast, let everybody know about me and what we bring to the table. And also, you can also donate to my Cash App, Joshua Joel Davis. Again, $ Joshua Joel Davis. Thank you very much, y'all. Have a good morning and stay safe out there.